Basically, for this research, what we learned is a new way and a new battle of this virus and host interaction. And we all know that virus is a small microorganisms, and they need a living host to propagate, to amplify, to replicate themselves. And when the virus get in the host, get a human body, for instance, and they need hijack host machinery and redirect the host to produce more and more virus. However, the host, there must be some way to fight back with virus, otherwise it will become sick.
There is a mechanism in all the eukaryotes, which are all the organisms which which have a nucleus, right? So that is animals, plants. The nucleus is a compartment where we keep the DNA, and the DNA has to be packed. The molecule is extremely long, so it has to be packed. The packing turns out to be informative, just as informative almost as it is the sequence of the nucleotides that conform this molecule. So if you imagine the way the DNA is packed is like spools of wool, and that spool is going to be proteins called histones, and the DNA will wrap around them. So if you have that, like this, in this case we have several of those, if they are open and they are relaxed, then this DNA is going to be accessible for the reader machinery that will allow to see what is in here and go and express it later on. However, if those spools are very tightly packed, they don't allow space for the DNA to be read. In that case, well, that genome, that part of the genome will never be expressed. So we work with a plant virus called tomato golden mosaic virus, and also with cabbage leaf curl virus. They are part of a family of viruses called Gemini viruses, which affect all crops, basically. It affects cotton, tomato, cabbage, of course, but peppers, absolutely everything that you can grow to eat, it will be infected by this family of viruses. This is a Nicotiana pentamiana plant, which is a close relative to the tobacco plant. And what we can see is it's a healthy plant, healthy leaf, very green, very beautiful. When it gets infected by the virus, it's terrible. It causes the curling of the leaf, the yellowing, or called chlorosis, that can be a spotted or can be like a mosaic. So we were wondering what allows this virus to take over the whole plant. What we found is that our protein, it prevents the formation of condensed chromatin. And this is extremely remarkable because it does it through binding to a protein that is highly conserved in all of us. Even humans, we have a copy of that protein. This finding of us has the potential of later on be modified and serve as a tool to study how the chromatin moves, it relaxes and condenses.